What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and I am finally out of my bedroom quarantine and feeling a little better, and I'm ready to get some videos out about our favorite hobby. Today I want to do maybe a funny video. It's funny because it could be true. This is a video about the 5 different kinds of credit card users within our hobby. Now, most of us won't fit into one of these categories completely, but there may be 1 or 2 that you can relate to or you can see yourself leaning towards. Before we get started, if you are new to the channel, I'm Luke, and on my channel, we talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. If you like those things, subscribe to the channel. I release consistent and on-topic content, and I promise to never spam you with completely unrelated stuff. As always, if you find any value in this free video, or you are at least mildly entertained, slap that like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps me gauge what type of content that you guys want more of. With that out of the way, guys, let's jump right into this. We all have our own journey through the credit card game, and we all have our own style. Sometimes those styles change, and sometimes some of us get in a situation where we may have gone overboard, and we need to reel it in. I have a list today of 5 of the most common credit card users and how I kind of see them. Some of this sounds funny, but a lot of us have been through the phases and we can most likely relate. First off, number 1 is the noob. This person is just learning how to actually use credit cards. They've learned to never carry a balance, and they've learned that certain credit cards give rewards in some fashion. This person is the 2% cashback killer. The cashback killer has good to great credit, may or may not travel much, but they aren't interested yet in all the ins and outs of the credit card points and miles game. They find the best 2% cashback card they can find, maybe something to do with cell phone insurance or an issuer from their personal bank, or sometimes it's just the best app they've seen. They use the card exclusively for everything, and they pay the balance monthly. They don't worry about categories, labeling their cards, or quarterly bonuses. They just use the card, collect the cash, and let it stack. A lot of us started out as 2% cashback killers, and it's a great place to be. You spend no time researching, optimizing, or worrying about different values. This is pure, simple, and profitable. This is a great category for hyper-focused career folks and overtime hounds. It's also great for someone to start in this fashion to understand the benefits of using a credit card instead of a debit card or cash. Next up is the brand Loyalist user. This user comes in a couple different varieties, but the mission remains the same. This person enjoys a certain brand or product, and they focus only on building value within that brand or product. The best example I can think of in my life, I know several folks who have Chase Southwest credit cards. They use that card exclusively for everything to build Southwest points. I live in an area dominated by Southwest flights as opposed to the legacy carriers, and most of the people I know are not in the least bit interested in airport lounges, flying first class, or even international travel. Southwest just works for them, and with a Chase Southwest card, they can take their Gulf Coast Florida or Disney World vacation every year, and it really works well for them. The advanced version of the brand Loyalist takes this to the next level, and they generally have an airline card and a hotel card to complement. Some of these folks may actually use the 2 different cards to maximize value, but that seems fairly uncommon. Their goals are very simple: accrue airline miles and hotel points on their favorite carriers' favorite hotels. This is a great minimalist strategy, and if you can keep both cards in the same issuing family, it can be very simple to keep track of. Think of someone using the Chase Southwest card and the Chase Marriott Bonvoy card, a Chase United card, and the Chase World of Hyatt card. Same principle for American Express if you have a Delta card and a Hilton card. Keeping both cards with the same issuer makes things easy to manage and could provide a world of value for someone who isn't interested in jumping into the game with both feet just yet. Now, this category here is something that really intrigues me, and I find myself constantly checking it out. I have to quote one of my favorite credit card YouTubers, RJ Financial, on this one. This is the 5X all the things credit card users. These guys will have a 5% cashback card for every single category in the known universe. Sure, they'll have the rotating category 5% cashback cards, and they'll have the US Bank Cash Plus. But these guys take it a step further and they'll get a local checking account to apply for an Elon Financial Cash Plus clone. Then they'll apply to some obscure federal employee bank to grab a 5% gas card. After that, they'll drive down to Mississippi and go in branch to pay the $5 to apply for membership in the Mississippi Gulf Shores Teachers Associations and Friends Credit Union, so they can obtain a card that no one else has ever heard that gets 5% cash back on prescription drugs. I'm joking, but these guys are seriously great, and I can't argue the logic. 5% cash back on almost everything seems like a great deal for most folks. I picture these guys with label makers and charts on the fridge, but I also picture these guys with an additional bank account that just keeps growing. Next in line are likely the most common watching this channel. These are the Trifecta players. The Trifecta player chooses his or her bank and they build the most effective Trifecta for their spending and their goals. These folks are willing to put in the time and effort to eventually make it all look easy. Examples of this will be the Chase Trifecta, which comes in a few different varieties, and this person has the exact Trifecta that fits them. My personal base is an Amex Trifecta with the Platinum, Gold, and Blue Business Plus. It's the setup I use as a default, even though I spend most of my time adjusting fire and setting and attaining complementary goals. 3 cards seems to be manageable for most people, and it could actually be the cutoff number of cards before your significant other or player 2 wants to throw a stack of credit cards at you every time you mention they used the wrong card. It's happened. Using 3 cards also leaves you a little room for when a card comes out with a giant bonus that you just can't turn down. You'll still be under that cap of too many cards. It's just the right blend of complication and optimization. You can do better, but there could be a matter of diminishing returns. Now we come for the last category, the mathematician. Now there are 2 versions of the mathematician. The first version, this guy or gal is not here to play games. They're not here to have fun in a hobby. They're only here to win. Some people have a goal to stay in fancy hotels. Some like that first class international travel. For a lot of us, we just want some experiences that we can value that we don't really have to pay for. Not the mathematician. The mathematician only wants to dominate. They only want to win, and they win by earning the absolute highest cents per point with every purchase every day. This person has every point and mile currency valuation from the points guy stored in his brain, and while they may never travel, they are going to make sure that they get the highest possible value on paper as possible. Now, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with optimizing and playing the game how you like to play, but these are the people that will tell you that you're doing it wrong. They'll tell you you can't use that 5% cashback card for dining because the American Express Gold Card can get 4 MR points per dollar. Well, I already have 400,000 MR points. I want to build my cash back. Or they'll tell you you can't use the Hilton Surpass card for gas because it only gets 6-time Hilton Honors points, and that means it's only 3 cents per point and you can get 4% cash back with this other card. Well, wait, I want to stay at a Hilton hotel, and I know sometimes I can find great value. Now, I do want to say this again. There is nothing wrong with optimization. So there is a second version of the mathematician. There are mathematicians that will show you that they have 37 cards, all with different powers and all for different purposes. They understand that some folks have different wants and needs, and some folks love building a certain currency because they know that's what's getting them closer to booking their next trip. That's what's fun for them. The different versions of the mathematician can only be revealed when either the conversation of credit cards comes up or here on the interwebs. Most of the time in person, folks don't really correct someone's strategy or their setup, but online, the mathematician really comes to life, both in positive and negative ways. Now, we are super lucky on this channel to have the most positive people and posters. I want to take a moment and really thank you, and especially those of you that post frequently. We have a great community here that seems to like to share information and help each other. Please keep it up. Well, there are 5 different kinds of credit card users. In the comments below, tell me where you fall. If you belong in a completely different category, let's hear about it. Also, I want to remind you guys that school clothes shopping is coming up very quickly. For all your retail shopping, use a shopping portal like Rakuten. I prefer Rakuten because they have all the brands I shop. They are extremely reliable and easy to work with. And with Rakuten, you can opt to earn Amex MR points in lieu of cashback, making those earnings a bit more valuable, at least for me. Also, guys, I have links below for services like Scott's Cheap Flights and Award Logic. Scott's can help you find super cheap cash flights, and Award Logic is my favorite tool to find award flights, especially those international big league trips. Guys, if you stayed around all the way to the end, I appreciate you and I thank you.